The new A4 just finished its first full year on the market, and so far it's been defying the odds. Despite sedan sales shrinking, the A4 is on the rise, and Audi's hoping that some extra standard equipment for 2018 will help keep that momentum up. Like always, our review is going to cover the entire A4 range, including all 3 trim levels and new options like the Black Optic package. So let's go ahead and see how the A4 stacks up. We would like to specially thank Audi of Lexington for giving us access to today's vehicle. If you would like to find out more information about their stunning dealership and large inventory of all the Audi models, then follow the link to their website provided in the video description. This is the newest Audi key fob design, and you do get advanced entry on all but the premium. I'm pretty excited since this is our first Audi without a black interior. But before we check that out, let's first pop the hood. Under the hood, you won't find any changes to the A4's engine lineup. The majority of models will continue to be equipped with this 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, which produces 252 horsepower and 272 pound-feet of torque. For 2018, it is now paired exclusively to Quattro all-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive is still available on the A4, but you have to opt for the Ultra model with its weaker engine. It also has a 2-liter turbo 4, but it's tuned to make only 190 horsepower and 236 pound-feet of torque. Either setup can be chosen for all 3 trim levels, also a 2018 change. The Ultra models only get a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic, whereas the bigger engine can choose a 6-speed manual instead. If you're wondering why the weak engine is the one called Ultra, it's because of fuel economy. It comes in with a rating of 27 city, 37 highway, 31 combined, the best in the class by a pretty large margin. If you choose the regular engine with Quattro, that number falls to 24 city, 34 highway, 27 combined, but that's still in line with the rivals. Anyways, now that that's covered, let's check out the exterior. Since this was just redesigned last year, there obviously aren't any major design changes. In the front, you continue to have Audi's new single-frame grille, with the more modern squared-off edges. Like I mentioned, the Black Optic package is now available, and obviously one of the things it does is black out the grille. There are a lot of other changes as well. Coming to the headlights, these are the fully LED units standard on Premium Plus and Prestige. The Premium model will have Xenon HIDs instead. But one nice change to the base Premium model is that the S-Line appearance package is now standard on it too. Previously, it was only on the other 2 trims. For 2018, there are actually some new wheel designs. These 18-inch 5-spoke dynamic alloys are the same, however, and they are standard on both the Premium Plus and the Prestige. However, those trims can now option on a standalone 19-inch alloy, and have the choice between 18-inch gloss black wheels or 19-inch wheels when choosing the Black Optic pack. The Premium standard 17-inch wheels now also come with a more attractive design. The front and rear brakes are both ventilated, 13.3 and 13 inches respectively. The standard tires are all seasons, but you can add summer tread for no extra cost. Coming to the mirrors, they are heated, auto dimming, and power folding on our model, and those features can also be added to the premium trim. The A4 measures in at 186.1 inches long, which is slightly larger than the Mercedes C-Class and the BMW 3 Series. The car can also set 23 millimeters lower than this when it's optioned with the available sport suspension in the sport package. The A4 was already one of the safest vehicles on the road, and for 2018 more active safety tech has been added to most trims. The Premium continues to have standard automatic emergency braking, but now blind spot monitoring with rear automatic braking has been added standard to the Premium Plus. In addition to that, all the equipment that used to be on the driver's assistance package is now standard on the Prestige. That includes lane keep assist, auto high beams, and adaptive cruise control with stop and go. The fuel tank in the A4 is 15.3 gallons, which is good for 413 miles of range with the bigger engine and quattro. The front-wheel drive Ultra model comes in with a range of 474 miles. And as you probably expected, premium fuel is required. In the rear of the A4, it has a somewhat conservative design, but it still looks athletic and very classy. There is a tiny lip spoiler, or a larger black one available. The taillights, of course, are fully LED, and they have the signature dynamic turn signal. And down here, all models get the twilight gray diffuser and dual exhaust, since the S-Line is standard. That's it for the outside, so now let's go ahead and check out the interior. The A4's cabin is very high-tech and luxurious to look at, especially in this light-colored Atlas beige. Your other color choices include black, rock gray, and nougat brown, paired with either real aluminum, walnut, or open-pore oak. There is one additional combination which you can get if you choose the Black Optic Plus package, and that is a black interior with red contrast stitching and piano black trim. The door trim also has a pleasing look to it. The armrest is padded, though it would be leatherette on Prestige or with the Black Optic package. All four of your windows are fully automatic. Premium Plus and Prestige throw in memory functions for the seats and mirrors. The seats are 8-way power adjustable on all 8.4s. You also get 4-way power lumbar support. The seats themselves are real leather, even on the base model, which is rare for this class. Also, a more aggressive sport seat is available. First, looking around the cabin, I think this light color makes things look even richer. Of course, being an Audi, everything is finished to a high level. The upper dash is composed of high-quality soft-touch plastic. And then, just like most new Audis, you have an abundant use of whatever trim you choose. In our case, the standard aluminum. Obviously, everything fits together really well. And this portion can be had in leatherette, the same as the door trim. Push-button ignition is standard. This 8.3-inch display, however, is not, unless you go up to the Prestige. Since we have the navigation and telematics package, we also get virtual cockpit in addition to the bigger screen. This is the same as in other Audis, so you can choose how big you want the media or the gauges. Everything has its own tab, including the map interface, which takes up the entire area. You can get Google Earth here, but we're having trouble activating it today. It's still cool regardless. Most models get this nice leather wrapped wheel, but you can get the S4's flat bottom wheel via the Black Optic package. These are the controls for virtual cockpit. And on the other side you have a bunch of stuff, including the optional heated steering wheel. Rain sensing wipers are actually standard on every trim. The steering wheel itself is manually adjusting. Above it you have your standard cruise control stock, which would be adaptive on the Prestige. This looks like one of those coin trays, but it's actually a giant hole big enough to handle the entire driver's manual. Cars of this size usually don't have much space, but the A4 does give you about the same as its rivals. The center console is pretty small and shallow, but there is an aux jack and 2 USB ports. The lid itself does adjust. Up in the front there is another small space, big enough for a phone or something. By now you're probably familiar with the new Audi shifter. Pull back once for drive. You can press it to the right to activate manual mode. Or you can also use the standard paddle shifters. When you shift into reverse, a standard backup camera will appear. It has dynamic guidelines and parking sensors, and the Prestige can get a 360-degree bird's eye camera. There is also an electronic parking brake. For audio, we have the optional 755-watt, 19-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system. Let's take a listen. The system has a great balanced sound to it. Up here you've got the MMI controller. There are a lot of buttons and shortcuts, so it's one of the easiest to use. Every A4 comes with tri-zone automatic climate control, with these neat touch-sensitive toggles. They're very satisfying to use. The temperature is adjusted through these big knobs. These 3-stage heated seats are now standard on the premium model. Ventilated seats are offered on the middle and top trims for $800. And now that brings us to the MMI system. Let's take a quick look. The first thing we're going to look at is media. You can see what's playing through the standard Bluetooth, and you'll also find your other audio sources besides Bluetooth, which are USB, SD card, and aux jack. Next we will go into the phone section. If you click on Directory, you'll find a list of your contacts synced over from your smartphone. You also have text message support, and it can read them aloud to you and respond with pre-made responses. In navigation, you can write in addresses in addition to using voice commands. Like I said, the map can be set to Google Earth normally, but it's not connecting to Google's server this morning. Nonetheless, even Audi's basic map is better than most rivals. I can't go through all of the neat services offered in the Audi Connect app in this video, so if you'd like to see a more detailed look at MMI and all of its features, then check out our dedicated tech help video. A link to that is provided in the video description. The last thing we're going to look at is the smartphone interface. This is where Android Auto and Apple CarPlay would appear if you had your device connected appropriately. These systems are included on all A4s, regardless of screen size. Up here you've got a frameless auto-dimming mirror with a built-in compass. Universal remotes are back here on the roof. Audi also includes this power moonroof standard, which is not something most rivals do. There is no panoramic option. Audi's newest cabin design continues to impress me, especially when it's in this beige. It looks rich in addition to very high tech. I've been in a lot of the rivals, and this is definitely toward the top of the list. Now my brother will go over all the rest.
The door trim is made of the same materials as the front, and it has a contrasting design. The armrest and just about everything else is made of soft touch plastic. The windows in the rear are both automatic up and down. The back of the A4 gives you 35.7 inches of legroom and 37.4 inches of headroom, making it a step ahead of both the BMW 3 Series and Mercedes C-Class. The seats in the back of this are a lot softer than that XT5. In the center, all A4s get a pretty surprising feature. That feature is their own climate vents and climate controls, something much more expensive cars normally don't include. We also have a few niceties like 3-stage heated rear seats, and below it a 12-volt power outlet. The center armrest is also used for the storage cubby, perfect for a couple phones. In the end, you've got 2 pop-out cup holders. Up top, you've got some LED lights, a soft headliner, and an assist grip. Like I mentioned getting in, the A4 has a size advantage over the other Germans, and I can definitely feel that sitting behind Drew's seating position. Despite that, if you scoot the seat all the way back, almost nobody could fit. So what should you take away from the A4's rear seat? Personally, I find it comfortable, spacious for the class, and I really like the luxury amenities like heated rear seats and your own climate controls. Put it this way, it feels expensive back here. You can fold the seat backs up here by using this lever. Heading back to the trunk, you would honestly think you have a power one. When you push the button, it comes up completely, so you don't even have to touch it. Regardless, the trunk of the A4 boasts a 13 cubic foot capacity, besting the C-Class, 3 Series, and Lexus IS once again. We have a lot of junk in here, so you can't see it, but the carpeting has a nice quality feel to it. Off to the left, you have a net, and there's also one over here too. Plus, Audi gives you an outlet. The passenger seat is going to be the same for all A4s, 8-way power. The materials are nice in front of you, with soft plastic, aluminum, and Quattro branding. The glove box is of course dampened, illuminated, and felt lined. Well guys, you have been watching the first in-depth look at the 2018 Audi A4 Premium Plus. Stay watching for a quick look at the pricing, and don't forget to leave us with a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment below. We'll see you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.